Out West, they get the win in Game 4, 113-111. Nikola Jokic, the Joker, another triple-double, his 8th triple-double for the Nuggets. And they are moving on to the NBA Finals, their first ever NBA Finals. They get the win in L.A., 113-111. They sweep the Lakers 4-0. Nuggets coming in plus 1,200 to sweep the Lakers before the series. Some pretty good coin there. And they do get it done. We talked about Joker with the triple-double. Yes, folks, he messed around and had a triple-double. 30 points, 14 boards, 13 assists. Jamal Murray, huge again, 25 points. Aaron Gordon came to play, hit his threes. He had 22. MPJ had 15. All 5 starters for the Nuggets in double figures. LeBron James, huge game. Had 21 in the first quarter, 31 and a half. Finishes with 40. Had a double-double, almost a triple-double, 1 assist shy. But he was not able to hit that final shot at the end to tie the game. Anthony Davis, also a double-double. Lakers season ends. They lose 113-111. Nuggets heading to their first ever NBA Finals. Let's go ahead and bring in Avery Johnson, former NBA Coach of the Year and also NBA champion. And Avery, what a game there in L.A. at Crypto.com Arena. Lakers had a 15-point lead. Nuggets came all the way back, hit them with the 25-8 run to start the third quarter. Took the lead there, had the lead for most of the fourth quarter as well. Lakers came up a little bit short. What did you make of that final sequence there? Joker getting the jumper or the little floater there with about 50 seconds left to put them up? LeBron James a chance to tie it. What did you think of the call there with LeBron James trying to tie the game?
Larry, even before the final sequence, give the Denver Nuggets credit. They outscored the Lakers 36-16. 36-16 in the third quarter. They had 4 players that played 41 or more minutes. Another starter that played 39 minutes. They didn't need the bench tonight. But that final sequence, I was telling my wife that LeBron James should have pivoted and went to the right instead of the left, because they were playing 2-on-1 on the weak side. And unfortunately, he thought he had a little bit of a curl situation there and had an advantage, but it was a disadvantage. But give LeBron James credit. He played his heart out. Tonight, this was a little bit of an indictment on not just the Lakers bench or D'Angelo Russell, but Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was soft tonight. He didn't play at a high level. Jokic pretty much owned him except for one game in this series. And you got to give Coach Malone credit. He had his team ready to play. It's hard to sweep a team. And whenever you're in the situation when you're up 3-0, man, you got to give them credit. They were very good, extraordinary on both ends of the floor.
Avery, you just said the word soft there, so I'm thinking tissue, Charmin. Anthony Davis, you said soft, so 21 and 14. Tried to play, Nikola Jokic and came up short a little bit in the series. Why were you disappointed in AD? I thought he played as good as he could play. Look, he doesn't have enough girth, if you know what I mean, not enough backside to kind of stand in there with the Joker.
But you remember, when they beat Denver a couple of years ago, Dwight Howard was on the team. Mm-hmm. He was more of a, power forward, stretch 4. Now he has to play a little bit more the 5 position. So when he has to play more of a center position against Jokic, it's a diminishing return. So Anthony Davis wasn't the best version of himself. Obviously, in this series, every other night he plays well. But tonight, he needed to score 40 points. Remember, in my instant analysis for HQ, I said that both LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they would have to combine for 75 or 80 points. That didn't happen tonight. Yeah,
they went for 61 combined. Let's circle back to LeBron James. 40, 10, and 9, had 31 in the first half. Most points for LeBron James in any half in his playoff career there. So played very well. I thought, Avery, and correct me if I'm wrong, I thought he got a little tired there in the third and fourth quarter. I thought he ran out of gas a little bit. Your thoughts here on LeBron James coming up just short and missing that game-tying shot there in the closing seconds, the last 5 seconds or so in this fourth quarter with the Lakers being swept?
Yeah, I have zero problems with LeBron. This man's been in the league for 20 years. They needed Tristan Thompson to play tonight because of the inefficiencies of some of the other players like Jerry Vanderbilt. And he tried. You look at, D'Angelo Russell was really a zero in this whole series. So, again, LeBron James, no problem with him. He was extraordinary throughout the playoffs, playing games, first round, second round, now Western Conference Finals. This guy has nothing to hold his head down about. They lost to a better team. They lost to a very well-coached team. And I want to give a shout out to George Call, who's an old Denver Nuggets coach who's been preaching Denver Nuggets all year long. He's been preaching that the Denver Nuggets was an NBA championship caliber team before anybody saw it coming. And now Coach Malone, I have one of my old assistant, Coach Popeye Jones, on the staff. So give them credit. Porter came back from 2 back injuries. Murray, 2 ACL injuries. They had a lot of obstacles to overcome. They were very good tonight.
Yeah, you look at the starters there, only 8 points off the bench for the Nuggets. So they had 100 and looks like 5 points of the 113 total there. You look at Joker, had 30 points, 13 assists, had 14 rebounds, so had a triple-double, named the Western Conference Finals MVP, deservedly so there. You look at him and Murray, how good were they in this series? And Mike Malone, you talked about it, the head coach there, he talked about it. He said, hey, when my guys are healthy, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Well, we're all smoking it. We're all getting high off the Denver Nuggets tonight, Avery Johnson. How good is this team, and how much of a problem will they be in the NBA Finals for, looks like the Miami Heat, or if the Celtics can make a miraculous comeback?
Well, give the Nuggets ownership credit, because you lose to Golden State in the first round, everybody want to fire the coach. They said no. You look at Eric Spoelstra. You remember years ago, LeBron James' first year with the Miami Heat, it was talks about LeBron James and Bosh and Wade wanted Eric Spoelstra to get fired. Pat Riley said no. So give the Denver Nuggets ownership credit. They stuck with their coach. And Coach Malone has been there. He's been able to build this roster, build this culture. And this team is going to be a problem in the NBA Finals, whether they play Boston or, which looks like Miami Heat. This team is very well coached. I look at special situations coming out of timeout. I look at pick and roll defense adjustments. I look at rotations, or how can you slow down the hot man? How can you feed the beast if he's on your team? So give Coach Malone credit.
All right, Avery, before I let you get out of here, let's look at the Lakers. LeBron James, year 20, played very well. All-time scoring champ there. Had a pretty good season. They got that 7th seed, played well in the play-in tournament, won a couple of series here in the playoffs. Outlook for the Lakers in 2023, 2024. You got Austin Reeves going to be a free agent. Got Hachimura going to be a free agent. What about Kyrie Irving? What do you look at if you're the Lakers going into 2023, 2024 and trying to run this thing back and maybe get over the hump and get back to the NBA Finals?
Well, independent of Kyrie Irving, this team was only together for about, 23 games after the trade. Give them time to marinate a little bit. Darvin Ham's a first-year coach. Unlike Coach Malone, he's not on his 2nd or 3rd year as a head coach. Give him time to marinate. They'll continue to build this roster. I think they did a really magnificent job to get to this point. This team wasn't a team projected to get to the Western Conference Finals, let alone the NBA Finals. So they can continue to add to their roster. If that's a Kyrie Irving or one of the other primetime free agents, so be it. But this team will be there in the end as long as LeBron James is healthy. He probably has about 1 or 2 years left. But I think at the end of the day, independent of all of the role players that LeBron James is surrounded by, it's all about Anthony Davis.
Oh, LeBron's got 2 years left because he wants to play with Bronny, and Bronny's going to USC, and then the year after they could play together. Real quickly, back to Kyrie. Any chance he goes to L.A., or you're in Dallas, you played there, I mean, you coached there. What are your thoughts there on Kyrie? Does he stay in Dallas, or does he go to Lala?
Well, I think there's a highly likely chance that he wants to go to L.A., but Dallas is going to do everything to resign him.
All right, good stuff. Avery Johnson, former Coach of the Year and NBA champion. Good job, and we appreciate it. Continue watching the rest of the playoffs. Nuggets heading to the NBA Finals, Eastern Conference Finals. Game 4 will be tomorrow, Tuesday night. Lakers in Game 4 is when trailing 3-0 for a decorated franchise like the Lakers with 17 banners. Lake Show, they've lost 9. They're 0-9 in Game 4, is trailing 3-0. And folks, that's the most losses without a win in NBA history. We're talking about the Los Angeles Lakers. Don't want to call them front runners, but when they go down 3-0, they lay down. Nuggets heading to their first NBA Finals. Game 1 of the NBA Finals, June 1st, next week.